Hello, I am a tactical laptop bag, and today marks the first episode of a series I'm going to be starting on this channel called How Knuckles Feel. So how do Knuckles feel? Well, they feel very nice. As you can see, I have the Knuckles controllers here in my hands today. They feel great. I've been following the development of these controllers for a very long time, and I've been very excited for them to come out to get my pair of hands inside these pairs of controllers. They are great. I know many people call them index controllers, but I will be calling them Knuckles for the shorter name, and also because that's how I've known these controllers the entire time. So, what is this series going to be? Well, it is not going to be a review of these controllers, because that has been done about 50,000 times, I think? I don't know, that's a rough estimate. But, we already know how they feel. We've already seen how they work. Now, how do games work with these controllers? Because the controllers are nice, but if the games don't take advantage of the controllers, it doesn't really matter. So that's what the series is going to be about. It's going to be looking at different games that I have. I'll probably be getting some other games for this series, and showing you all how they feel with these controllers. And these games could be made for these controllers, or they could be made for other controllers, or an assortment of different controllers. My focus for this series at the start will probably be on games that typically support the Wands controllers, because that is mostly what I have right now. But they would originally support the Wand controllers and later add in the support for this. So right, quick thing I want to get out of the way real quick is what buttons on this top of the controllers should be used often and how they should be used. Personally, the B button is a replacement for the Wand's menu button. It's a little bit like out of reach. It doesn't feel quite nice to click that button, but the A button is a lot more comfortable to press with like the little joint of my thumb there. The thumb pad feels amazing when you're only sliding up and down. If you're going to make me do interactions on the sides, it feels very, very awkward, and I do not enjoy it. The thumbstick is absolutely amazing. It feels great all around and has that nice clicky feel, and I'm going to miss it when that goes bad and I have to send it back in for warranty. Yeah, that's about all the different buttons and how I feel they should be used. So like if you have an interaction that's not going to happen very often, like a menu, use the B button. There you go, menu, just like that. If you have an interaction that'll be used a little more often, you hold the A button, just like in SteamVR Home. These tools kind of pop up here. Of course, trigger, grips, they feel good. I already know that. Right, so let's get on with how these controllers feel in SteamVR Home. Now, I'm starting off with SteamVR Home because it's probably the first thing you'll see in VR when you put one of these open VR headsets on, and you will see how these work with your Valve Index controllers, or Knuckles. And the first, most fundamental thing for these Knuckles controllers is to have individual finger tracking. If you don't have that, I'm sorry, it is going to break immersion. But, of course, SteamVR is owned by Valve. Valve made these controllers. They saw everything that was going on. They already had this ready, and the finger tracking is amazing, and I am able to get people with a finger circle. It feels great. So the interactions that they use with props in SteamVR Home are very nice to the Knuckles here. As you can see, I'm grabbing with my hands to be able to pick up this prop. Now I can grab it with the trigger as well for a pinch pickup, so if I'm like pinching the horn here, I can do that, or I can just straight up grab the side of this, and it feels incredibly natural. I love it. So that gets plus points for individual finger tracking and nice grabs. The only thing lacking, I think, in these grabs, though, is a hand model, or hand pose, I guess, for grabbing the object. See, like in TATS, how I handle this is I grab an object and the hand is posed to how the object should be held. That's just personal preference for me, especially since if you have that hand model there, you can see your fingers still and how they're moving around. But when you just make the hand model disappear, it does add the flexibility of being able to grab it at any point. So I understand the compromise. Personally, I don't like that, but I won't count points against that. Now, the only thing that I really see that is completely negative for me with the interactions in SteamVR Home is how they handle tools. So, with props, you can pick them up. You can see I'm holding it with my controller, and when I drop my controller, I drop the prop. Just like real life. If you grab something, you hold on to it until you let go. Makes sense. Complete sense, right? So if I grab this prop here, use it, feels really good, and drop it, and it doesn't come out of my hand, I'm not gonna like that personally. It feels really weird. Now, if my hand's like this, my brain says that should be happening. Hands open. When I do this, it breaks a lot of things for me. In order to drop a tool, what you have to do is go up and push the B button. The A button. It's a very weird way of handling these interactions here, and I'm not sure I like it. Now, I'm not sure what differences they could have, what they could have done different with the system, but personally, what they did was the exact what not to do with these controllers, which is have me dropping things with the A button. It doesn't feel great. I can't say I like it. I'm sorry. So one thing that is very annoying about having games work with Knuckles is you have to edit your controller bindings quite often to get them to feel really good for that game. Now, SteamVR Home is not one of those games that needs a lot of tuning with the controls. Out of the box, it works perfectly. All the fingers work, obviously. All the interactions and buttons on top feel great. Push left or right on the thumbstick to snap turn. Push up on the thumbstick to teleport, which actually feels really nice, by the way. I really like that. Although personally, I think the top of the thumb pad would probably feel a little more comfortable, but I like how that feels to just push forward on the thumbstick and just teleport. And of course, as I mentioned before, the B button on either controller pulls up the menu, and the A button shows your tools, and of course, drops your tools. So overall, SteamVR Home feels really good with Knuckles controllers. They get all the fundamentals out of the way for making these feel really nice. They have finger tracking. Oh, hold on. I can do this. They have finger tracking, and they have good grabbing interactions as well as good pinching interactions. Come on. That's my finger. There you go. As well as good pinching interactions. I believe these are very much fundamental for interactions with the Knuckles controllers. However, another fundamental is when you drop something with a controller, you should be able to drop it in the game. And unfortunately, the controllers do not do this. With the tools, when I let go, it's still in my hand. I don't like that at all. I'm sorry. But they did a really good job of getting these interactions down, and overall, it's very good. It works. Thumbs up. So, that is all for this episode. I will probably see you next month with the next one, at the very most. I don't have an exact plan for these episodes, so monthly at most. You'll most likely see these at least once a month. Stay tactical. Here, land. Oh, I didn't think you would actually do it! Wait, will you do it? Oh. I have a tactical laptop bag, and today marks the first day. Oh, goodness.